Amy Slaton has a new boyfriend, but the 1000 LB Sister star's new relationship seems sketchy. 37-year-old Amy hasn't been lucky in love. When the unscripted show premiered in 2020, she was a happily married newlywed. Her husband was Michael Halterman. The couple got engaged after only 1 week of dating, so Amy has a history of being impetuous. They were married for 4 years, but the happiness didn't last. After having 2 children together, Amy felt like she wasn't getting enough support from Michael. The couple struggled and announced their split in 2023. Amy's divorce didn't deter her from wanting to find true love. The reality television star was soon dating again, and even had multiple short-term relationships that went nowhere. A few months ago, Amy met Brian Scott Lovorn at a concert, and the two have been joined at the hip ever since. During 1000 Theaternaubeln, Sister Season 7, Brian proposed to Amy, and she accepted, despite the fact that they hadn't known each other for long. They recently introduced their new baby to fans, and it's one of many red flags that have been raised about the relationship. Amy didn't like Brian. At first, scary love. The strangest thing about Amy and Brian's intense relationship is that it almost never happened. When they met in the mosh pit of a concert, Amy wasn't even interested in Brian. He was, however, very smitten with the 1000 LLB Sisters Season 7 star. He did all he could to win her over. After a week of dating, they got matching tattoos that read, "Scary Love." The tattoos are another red flag that the relationship is moving too fast. It wasn't long before Amy and Brian were in a very serious relationship. During 1000 LB Sisters Season 7, Brian basically begged Amy and her sons to move in with him. He argued that his house was bigger than hers and had a pool, with plenty of room for little Gage and Glenn Halterman to play. Though she was resistant. At first, Amy ultimately agreed. That seems to be a recurring theme in Amy and Brian's relationship. She's the resisting force, and he persuades her into going along. Brian wants Amy to have his baby. The Slatons are not on board. During the first episode of 1000 LB Sisters Season 7, Amy told her sister, 44-year-old Amanda Halterman, that Brian wanted her have his baby. To do that, she'd need an operation, as her tubes were tied. That procedure would have to be reversed. A stunned Amanda responded by recommending they take a cold shower. Amanda urged Amy not to rush things. She warned her that it could take months to really know a person, but Amy wasn't listening. "I really think he can be the one day," Amy insisted. Her other siblings, Tammy Slaton, Chris Combs, and Misty Wentworth, aren't fans of Amy's new relationship either. Amy and Brian. Introduce a new baby to fans, it's the only baby y'all gonna have. Despite those discussions, it was a surprise when Amy and Brian introduced their new baby in an Instagram post. In the clip, Brian drives while Amy talks to the camera. She holds up the new baby, a pet snake. In reference to the fact that there's been so much talk about Amy having more children, she said, "It's the only baby y'all gonna have." Though Amy seems uninterested in having more babies, it remains to be seen if Brian can persuade the 1000 LB Sister star to do things his way yet again. It's no secret that life never slows down for Amy Slaton, the quirky and charismatic star of TLC's 1000 LB Sisters. Over the past few years, fans have watched her evolve from a reality TV underdog to a fan favorite. A woman battling obesity, self-doubt, and a troubled past, all while trying to build a better life for herself and her 2 children. But lately, it's not just Amy's dramatic weight loss or her journey through motherhood that's making headlines. It's her new baby and a mysterious new boyfriend that have the 1000 LB Sisters fandom buzzing, and not necessarily in a good way. The set? Baby. That isn't quite a baby. Let's clear something up first. When Amy refers to her new baby, she's not necessarily talking about a 3rd child. According to her cryptic social media posts, the baby in question is a teacup piglet named Princess Peach. Cute, yes. Innocent? Maybe. But many followers feel that this new addition is less about affection and more about distraction. For Amy, the pig seems to serve as an emotional stand-in. something to nurture while her personal life takes another chaotic turn. The pig, adorned with pink bows, miniature clothes, and even its own Instagram account, because of course it does, has become the centerpiece of Amy's recent online presence. Her feed is flooded with mommy and baby selfies, pig-themed, recipes, and clips of the two watching cartoons together. Some fans are charmed, others are concerned. "I think Amy's projecting a lot onto that pig," one follower commented. "She's clearly going through something. And this pig is like a band-aid on a bullet wound." After a high-profile split from her now ex-husband, Michael Holterman, in 2023, Amy was left juggling two young sons, Gage and Glenn, while navigating co-parenting and the pressures of reality stardom. The pig may symbolize comfort, but could it also signify something deeper? Perhaps a subconscious craving for control or emotional stability in a life that's spinning off the rails. Enter the boyfriend. The tattooed. Enigma just when things seemed to be settling down. Amy introduced someone new to the mix. A heavily tattooed, motorcycle-riding man named Tony, who she's now calling her Rock. But fans aren't convinced. The red flags didn't take long to appear. First, there was the suspiciously fast timeline. Amy and Tony reportedly started dating less than 2 months after her divorce was finalized. Then, there were his vague job descriptions. He's alternately described as a freelance mechanic and a vintage bike restorer, which left some sleuthing fans questioning whether Tony was truly in it for love or merely enjoying a brush with TLC fame. Social media investigators quickly uncovered some eyebrow-raising tidbits. Tony has a history of minor run-ins with the law, including a 2018 disorderly conduct charge and a string of bounced checks tied to a now-defunct auto shop. He also shares controversial memes and cryptic posts about loyalty and fake people, the kind of social media behavior that usually foreshadows relationship drama. More concerning, however, is how fast he's been integrated into Amy's life. In a recent Instagram Live, Tony was seen cuddling with Princess Peach and even helping Amy feed Gage his lunch. "We're just one big happy family," Amy gushed, but her eyes, some fans noted, didn't sparkle with joy. They looked tired, unsure, maybe even scared. A storm brewing beneath the surface. While neither Amy nor Tony has confirmed any trouble in paradise, sources close to the 1000 LB Sisters production say the TLC crew has expressed concern. "There's tension on set," one anonymous crew member told an entertainment outlet. Tony doesn't like the cameras and has been clashing with producers. He wants to be in control of how he's portrayed, and that's not how reality TV works. Worse, insiders say Tony has made subtle but unsettling efforts to isolate Amy from friends and family, including her sister Tammy. Though the two sisters have famously been thick as thieves, and thick in general, they'd joke, fans have noticed a recent chill in their relationship. Tammy hasn't appeared in Amy's posts in weeks, and eagle-eyed followers noted that she unfollowed Tony's Instagram account last month. Some suspect Amy's retreat into pig motherhood, and Tony's arms may be her way of avoiding conflict. Others fear it's a pattern. Amy, always seeking affection and stability, may be falling into a familiar trap, loving someone who doesn't love her in the way she deserves. TLC's dilemma: to film or not to film? With drama bubbling beneath the surface, producers reportedly face a tough call. Do they spotlight Amy's turbulent new romance for ratings, or respect her space and mental health? The answer, as always in reality TV, may be both. According to an insider, TLC has already begun developing a storyline around Amy's post-divorce era, including her pig, her boyfriend, and the potential fallout. "It's too juicy to ignore," the source admitted. But there's genuine concern about her emotional well-being. They're trying to strike a balance. Still, fans are divided. Some are calling for the network to step in and save Amy from another downward spiral. Others insist that she's a grown woman, entitled to make her own choices, good or bad. If Amy wants to raise a pig and date a bad boy, let her. One fan tweeted, "Just don't act surprised when it all goes up in flames." Is Amy Slaton Okay, at the heart of it all lies a simple, difficult question. Is Amy okay? From weight loss surgeries and a messy divorce to sudden fame and emotional dependence on animals and fast-moving relationships, it's clear Amy is still figuring herself out. While her love for her kids remains unwavering, her decisions, from adopting a pig to choosing a questionable partner, suggest she may be grappling with a sense of identity and emotional security. Ultimately, Amy Slaton's story continues to captivate because it feels real. It's messy, unpredictable, sometimes funny, and often heartbreaking. Whether this chapter ends with heartbreak or healing, one thing's certain: fans will be watching, rooting for her, and hoping she finds the peace she's been searching for all along. Until then, it's Amy, her kids, a pig named Princess Peach, and a boyfriend raising eyebrows, all under the harsh spotlight of reality TV. Would you like this rewritten in a different tone, e.g., serious, journalistic, comedic? Or turned into a video script?